Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my pick and analysis for the 2017-18 AFC Divisional round matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I do like the Steelers to win this one. I mean, both these defenses are very solid and comparable, though. Now, Jacksonville did finish with one of the best in total defense and scoring defenses in the NFL. They finished number 2 in defensive sacks at 55. Steelers number 1, imagine that, with 56 defensive sacks. So also Jacksonville finished with 21 defensive interceptions, good for second in the league, and they had 33 takeaways, which was second in the league. This obviously they're very stout on defense, one of the best defensive teams in the NFL, and kudos to the Jaguars for rejuvenating this team. I mean, Tom Coughlin, I think he played an integral role in this tremendous turnaround for the Jags this season. And Jacksonville and Pittsburgh, obviously, both of them are very similar defensively. You look at very comparable on the defensive end. Now, Jacksonville's going to be led defensively by defensive end Calais Campbell. And earlier in the season, Jacksonville, many of you may have remembered, they subjugated Pittsburgh and have 5 INTs against future Hall of Famer Ben Roethlisberger, defeating him 30-9. Pittsburgh will obviously be seeking retribution in this matchup. Steelers and Jags also were very similar in the regular season time of possession. They Steelers and Jaguars ranked 4th and 5th respectively in that. So, I mean, I expect this to be about almost dead even in terms of time of possession. The Steelers right now are playing like one of the best teams in the NFL and are, I believe, one of the elite teams right now. They're very disciplined, have much playoff experience. I do like Pittsburgh again to get Jacksonville in the revenge game. However, I mean, you look at this has makings of a very competitive matchup. As I stated before, on the defensive end, these two teams are very comparable. And you look at the Jacksonville defense is what will make this game very close. In the earlier matchup in the regular season, Pittsburgh Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell was held to 47 yards in that game. I don't think that's going to happen in this game. And Jacksonville rushed for 231 yards in that matchup in Week 5. And also Leonard Fournette, the running back for main running back for Jacksonville, gained around 180 yards rushing, and I really don't see that being duplicated in this one. I do think Pittsburgh's going to make their adjustments and win this game. Steelers I should say the resurgent Pittsburgh Steelers have been on a roll. They have won 10 of 11 games. They would have had 11 consecutive wins if they had beaten the New England Patriots in that run. And the Steelers lost on a controversial ending. Jacksonville this season went 4-4 on the road. The Steelers are a very good home team. They went 6-2. One of their home losses, of course, was to the Jags, and the other one was to who else? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Jacksonville Jaguars also, the thing about them is, okay, they went 4-4 on the road this season, but they have only defeated one team that finished with a winning record in as far as a road game goes. So in other words, only one of their wins on the road was against a team that finished with a winning record. And who was that? The Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Jaguars have also lost their last 3 road games. And in a road game, they only put the 19 points up against the Browns. So they just have not looked, to me, in recent time, that impressive on the road. And you got Blake Bortles going in there against future Hall of Famer Ben Roethlisberger. It just looks to me like in this particular game, I think you're going to have the receiving core for the Steelers just play a little bit better than the pass defense on the Jaguars. I mean, Jaguars, as I stated before, have 21 interceptions on the regular season, one of the best secondaries in the league. Led by cornerback A.J. Bouye, who had obviously a tremendous season with 6 interceptions. He'll have to come up big in this one, I believe, to help Jacksonville pull out a victory if they can do that. But I think when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, I mean, the Steelers have played under Mike Tomlin, the head coach of them. They have played 14 postseason games, 8-6 during that time. And I don't think they're going to get their 7th loss in the postseason under him to the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is obviously will be a game which will have, I mean, could likely have very good defense on both ends. But I think given the fact of Pittsburgh's pedigree in the playoffs, the fact that they're going to have their experience, they're going to have more composure about them. They got a great quarterback with the Ben Roethlisberger, and I call him the three-headed monster, Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown actually had 157 receiving yards in, I believe, with 10 catches as well in that Week 5 loss to Jacksonville. I mean, if he duplicates that in this game, do you really think, I mean, I just can't see Pittsburgh losing again. Ben Roethlisberger is not, I don't think he's going to throw 5 INTs in this one. I think he's rebounded well from that loss when he threw the 5 interceptions to Jacksonville. Pittsburgh makes the adjustments, and I do believe they emerge victorious and win this game. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube NFL prediction segment for my 2017-2018 AFC Divisional Round preview of the matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and Pittsburgh Steelers. And until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.